All right, let's get into it. We're about to unpack the surprisingly complicated and honestly fascinating world of the cardboard box and all that stuff they put inside it. Today, we're going to explore the hidden science of getting your online orders to you perfectly every single time.
You know you have. We all have. It's that classic unboxing moment, right? It's part frustrating, part just kind of funny. You get this massive box delivered, and inside the one little thing you actually ordered is just rattling around in an ocean of filler. It feels so wasteful. But what if I told you there's actually a method to the madness?
So, here's a number for you. 20%. According to shipping experts, that's the share of e-commerce returns that happen just because the product arrived damaged. So when companies don't use enough filler, things break, customers get upset, and all of that costs a ton of money. That's the danger of underpacking.
But on the flip side of that, look at this number. Almost 44% of all plastic pollution comes from packaging. So while companies are trying to stop things from breaking, they can easily end up creating a huge waste problem. And that, right there, is the massive risk of overpacking.
And this really brings us to the core of the issue. Getting that package wrong, whether it's too empty or way too full, has some really serious consequences. Not just for businesses, but for the planet too.
You see, this isn't a simple choice for companies. It's a really high-stakes balancing act. They're constantly juggling protecting their products, keeping customers happy, managing their costs, and on top of all that, trying to meet their environmental goals.
And here's that dilemma laid out. On one side, if you use too little fill, you get damaged goods, you're dealing with expensive returns, and you have disappointed customers. But on the other side, if you use too much, you're just wasting material, driving up shipping costs with bigger, heavier boxes, and leaving a big environmental footprint. It feels like a lose-lose situation if you don't get it just right.
And the pressure is only getting more intense. This isn't just a business problem anymore. It's becoming a regulatory one. Take Canada, for instance. They've got some hard deadlines coming up. By 2030, plastic packaging has to have 50% recycled content, and they're pushing to seriously cut down on per-person waste. The clock is definitely ticking for businesses to get a whole lot smarter about this.
So, with all that pressure, how do you actually solve this puzzle? Well, it turns out the solution is surprisingly elegant. It's really a two-part strategy for creating what we could call the perfect package. The whole strategy really comes down to two simple-sounding steps. First, right-size the box. Now, this seems obvious, right? But consciously choosing a box that's only slightly bigger than the item inside is the absolute first critical step. And second, you use something called smart void fill, which just means dispensing the exact amount of material needed to keep things safe and not a single bit more. So what is this smart fill actually made of? Well, we're mainly talking about two awesome, sustainable options. Renewable paper pads, which are super strong and easy to recycle, and those lightweight air pillows, which can now be made with recycled or even bio-based plastics.
Now, this isn't about a person at a packing station just guessing how much paper to crumple up. The only way this whole strategy can work at the massive scale of e-commerce today is because of some seriously smart technology working behind the scenes on the packing line.
And the way it works is actually pretty cool. So a box rolls up to the fill station. A system of sensors instantly measures the empty space, the void, and then a machine creates and dispenses the absolute perfect amount of filler needed. It completely takes the guesswork and the waste out of the equation.
And the results are, honestly, pretty incredible. This tech can cut the amount of material used by up to half. And from an efficiency standpoint, it saves about 4 hours of labor for every 1,000 packages that go out the door. Those aren't small tweaks. Those are huge gains in both sustainability and productivity.
So what does this tech actually look like? Well, for smaller businesses or maybe ones that ship a lot of different fragile items, you might see a machine like the PC1000. It's super flexible and it creates these protective paper pads on demand, giving each unique item exactly the kind of protection it needs. Now, as operations get bigger, the technology scales right along with them. In a really busy warehouse, you're more likely to find a high-speed workhorse like the PC100. It just churns out paper fill for bigger boxes, making sure it can keep up with a really high volume of orders. Then you get to the top tier, these massive automated distribution centers. Here, you'll find a powerhouse like the AP1000. This thing is an absolute beast, built for incredible volumes, and it can even switch between dispensing paper pads or air pillows to keep up with the fastest packing lines in the world. So you can see how it all fits together, right? It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. E-commerce shops with all sorts of fragile items need that flexibility. An auto parts supplier dealing with heavy, weirdly shaped parts needs that high-speed, durable fill. And for the big logistics companies where it's all about speed and volume, they need that top-tier, fully automated system. There's a specific tool for every job.
And this brings us right back to what might be the biggest win of all. By optimizing this one part of the process, businesses aren't just saving money on supplies and labor, they're making a real, tangible difference for the environment.
And the impact is really significant. Just look at this. Making paper from recycled fiber, the exact kind used in this void fill, uses 60% less energy than making it from brand new trees. So every single time a company chooses that recycled paper filler, it represents a massive energy saving.
And the good news just keeps coming. This paper is often made from renewable, certified sources. Plus, recycling infrastructure is fantastic for it. In a country like Canada, 96% of people can easily recycle paper and cardboard, and the recovery rate for boxes is an amazing 85%. And even those air pillows are getting greener, with more and more recycled and bio-based options. You know, there's a quote that just nails this whole idea perfectly. It says that getting void fill right isn't just some tiny packaging detail. It's a major strategic decision that directly impacts costs, customer happiness, and, of course, environmental performance. It really connects all the dots.